Hey crafters, it's Janet with Crafting It Up in Creations coming at you today with a project share. I was part of a swap with Rosa Kelly here on YouTube, and I will link her channel down below. This is a Prima doll swap, and the theme is breakfast at Tiffany's. And I was like so excited when I saw this, and I've never done a Prima doll. I don't have any of those dies or anything, so I did make a purchase. I got a die off Amazon and everything, and you were to make 5 tags and then a set of goodies for each tag. So 5 tags, 5 goodies. I made a couple of extra goodies. I have these. I made a little charm piece that I'm going to add to it. And then I also made a little perfume bottle that's a shaker tag. But I didn't do anything too extra with these, but as you can see, there's like a key on here, there's a little purse charm, there's a high heel shoe, there's a little mirror, and then I've got a bunch of little pretty blue beads that I hung this from. And I'll kind of go over this stuff a little bit more with you so you can sort of see some of it up close, but these were 2 of the extra items that I added to it. And you can see the little cute sunglasses I have over there to the side. I used a die from Alina Crafts for that, and then I just hung a bunch of charms on a chain and put a cute little clasp at the top of it so you could use this as a purse charm. You could add it to your journal, your junk journals, your travel planners, or your planner, anything like that. But these are definitely quality made materials. I feel like a lot of these beads did come from Michael's. Some probably have come from like Joann's, AC Moore. I buy my beads all over the place. I even get them at times from Fire Mountain Gems. That little heart that's cut out, I was just showing the die from it. It's from AliExpress, but I don't remember from whom I bought that from. And then this die I used to cut out the piece that I attached it to. And actually, this isn't the correct die, but it's similar to it. It was a Dynamics die, but this actually cuts out the frame, and the one I had did not cut out the rectangle. So it was actually a rectangle stitch frame. And then this little heart die from AliExpress cuts out the heart and then the piece that goes above it to make it look like a jewel. And then I backed that on a piece of cardboard, but then I also stuck glitter foam to the back of it, so it kind of built it up, and it actually helps that little attacher attach to it. And that way I kind of open it up and let it hang down. And this I ended up just putting in a clear bag. I didn't make a topper for it because there's just so much going on with it. I thought that maybe the jewel heart kind of made it look like, you know, that's the topper to it anyway. And then I made this shaker bottle to kind of look like a perfume bottle. And I added a few dies with this. These are dynamic dies as well, and it's a shaker square. And then I used it to cut out the outer edge, and then that inner piece fits exactly in there. So I did have to use a piece of the craft cardboard cardstock that goes on the back of it. I just cut it out to the square that it was. So it might even be a little bit off as far as the square goes, because I just lined it up and cut those in squares. I may have even had a square die that may have fit this, but I think I looked around and none of them were quite the right size. And a lot of square dies that I have the stitching or the cross, the little X mark in it, or you know, the dots. I don't think I have any just plain squares. Like I think I've always bought them that they had a design to them. And so then I added this little bow with some bow glitter paper, and this glitter paper that I bought, it's a Recollections from Michael's. It has a gradient in it, so it's like dark to light or light to dark. And so when I cut out the bows, it kind of some of them are different gradients to that color. And then I did use this set. This is also from My Favorite Things, and I used the two smaller ones, and I used that to make it look like it had a little topper, or like the top of the actual perfume bottle. And then I used those two bows to create the bow that's on there. And then I filled it with some sequins, glitter, and a couple little jewels that I had. They're from Queen and Company, and they look like little diamonds, but I used like blue and white jewels to go in there. And these little sunglasses, they're from Lena Crafts. The top two were the ones that I used for the sunglasses, and the one on the right, I punched out with vellum and then colored it over with an alcohol marker, so that way it looks just like, your sunglasses do. And it's hard to appreciate those unless you actually see them up close. And then this was the Prima Doll collection that I got off of Amazon. I got the stamp, and then the two dies come together that silhouette her. And I guess this is Tasha. As you can see with that dress, you could do so much with it. You could layer it, you could, paper piece, flowy stuff. I had even thought about it would be fun to use tulle in there. And then, because you can cut that separate piece of the dress out, that layers over her, and you could just do so much with it. Make it different colors, all kinds of stuff. And then here's the tag that I made. I kept it pretty simple, just kind of like it was in the movie. The dress itself is like a solid flocked cardstock that's from Die Cuts with a View. I have a set of it. It's like 24 sheets, 6x6 flocked paper. And it's got like black and gray and white in it, and it's so pretty. I've used it for several different things before, but I still had enough to make 5 dresses. And I just think it came out really pretty. I did a little tiny pearl necklace. These are the tiniest pearls in a collection that Stampin' Up! Had that I put around her neck. There's a jeweled heart that's up in the corner. I Copic colored her skin and her hair. The blue cardstock that's on there I did to make it look like, of course, a present. And then I put that on the back. And then I put my information on the back as well. And, of course, I made a little topper for it, but I didn't do too much with that. I just tried to incorporate the colors that were in the tag itself. That's a lined chain that's right in behind her. I thought that just kind of dressed it up a little bit. And that little silver tassel is from Hobby Lobby, as well as the heart that's up there. I just went ahead and added it. Just because it's diamonds, and I guess when I'm thinking of when you go to Tiffany's, it's a jewelry store, so I figured I'd include some diamonds. And then this was the little set that I actually made, the goodie to go with it, a set of goodies, and I included the telephone that I thought, they use call on the phone a lot in the movie, and I just thought it was so fun to just think of, like, I don't even want to call it vintage now, because that's what we used to use when I was really young, at my grandmother's house at least still. And then I also included a camera, since, the cameraman is the one who always lets her in the building. And I just thought that kind of made it fun. These have a removable glue dot on the back of them so that anybody can use them on whatever product they want. And I used the craft cardstock again, or the foiled cardstock from Cricut again for the front of them. I used a couple different colors. On the phone, I even used a little small glitter piece to go on the phone. And I also run those through that really thick foam from like Michael's to make them nice and thick. And these are what they look like. They're Tim Holtz Alterations, movers and shapers. And this is the package that they come out of. I thought somebody might be interested in seeing where they came from. I believe I got all these at Tuesday morning when they were selling a whole bunch of the Tim Holtz dies. And this is what the foam itself looks like when you cut it out. It does such a good job cutting these. I was thoroughly impressed. And then, of course, I paper pieced the silver pieces on there. 2 of the silver pieces I left embedded, you know, where they're flat. And then the other ones, I built them up. But this is how thick that foam sheet is from Michael's. And I want to say they're 99 cents for a sheet of it. And then, of course, if you've got your 20 or 25% off regular price purchase stuff, that's perfect. And then there's the camera itself again, and it runs through. It really doesn't smush the foam all that much, and what little bit it does smush it, it builds itself back up in just a few minutes. So, but that's that nice die. I have the plate that they go down into, but if you have a movers and shapers die, you could actually even still run it through that die as well. So here is the actual shaker piece packaged up. I put a little topper on it and a couple of really pretty Tiffany blue roses at the top of that. And I really love how these turned out. I think that mirrored cardstock or craft cardboard that Cricut has is so pretty. There's a rose gold color one, and of course I'm all about some rose gold, and I just think this other color that's kind of like that, like a muted blue, it almost looks like a blue green. I think it's just beautiful. So I love how these came out. I hope that my swap partners love this little added bonus entry that I had into the swap. And then this piece, I went ahead and just left it alone. I just put it in a bag and sealed it up, and that was really hard for me because I kind of thought I wanted to make a topper for it. But then on the same token, I was scared that whatever topper I made for it would take away from that really pretty greenish blue heart gem that's on there. So I left it just the way it was, and I still think the presentation looks really good on this, even without the topper. I did kind of leave a little room there at first because I thought maybe I would add something to it, but I did just go ahead and just leave that alone. And I love how these came out. And then in the end, I decided, I was in the Dollar Tree one day and I saw these beautiful rings. And of course, they had these out for Valentine's Day. That's typically when you see them hanging all around the Dollar Tree. And I went ahead and bought 5 of those and stuck them down inside the box itself. I didn't put them inside the packaging because I was afraid it would mess with the tags themselves, but I put one in for each of the swap members as well. I thought it would have been fun to even attach it to one of the packages, but I couldn't come up with a really clever way to do it that it wouldn't mess something up with inside the packaging. So I did just kind of leave it out and free-flowing in the package itself. So anyways, that's exactly what I made for my breakfast at Tiffany's swap. Again, the channel I'll link below is RosaKellyScrapbooking. She's the one that's hosting the swap. I believe she had a family emergency within the last week or so and has actually went back to Peru. I hope I'm remembering right. So I think it'll be at least another week before she posts all the other swap entries. But I'm so super excited to see what all the other girls came up with. When I went back to try to find the address to send this off to, there were 2 other girls here on YouTube that have already posted videos. I will go ahead and link them down below. If you would, please go check them out. They made some really super cute tags. I don't even know if those are the ones that I'll actually get back or not, but they did a great job on them, and so I thought I'd link them down below. You could go show them some love, give them a little support in their creative journey as well. And if you get a chance, leave them a comment saying that I sent you over there, and I'm sure they would appreciate it. I know I do when other people do that. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you get a moment to craft it up. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you click the bell, It'll notify you each and every time I upload a new video. I have some exciting things that are coming up in the next few days or so. I've gotten some friend mail, and I had somebody contact me that sent me some candle making stuff, and I can't wait to make a video with that. So stay tuned and make sure you stick around. And thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it more than you know. This creative things that I do are definitely helpful in just life in general, of being able to make something and loving that, and just having a hobby that brings me joy, and giving it to someone brings them joy, and it's a wonderful thing. So in turn, I hope that you have the same experiences with that as well. Thanks so much again for watching. You guys take care, and God bless. Bye.